righty, welcome back. It is a Money Monday edition of Liquid Lunch. We got a lot to talk about. Mainly, one of the things that you will not hear whatsoever on any of the mainstream media channels is how much goodness Donald Trump has done for the African American and minority communities. I've been pounding this drum for months now, okay? The highest employment rate ever, lowest unemployment rate ever. New home buys, African American minority, the highest in history. New business starts, African American minority community, highest in history. So while they're telling you how the suburban housewives don't really like Trump and he's losing seniors because they're so concerned about the COVID, and I'm telling you about Papa Vincenzo out in Maricopa County who's doing all he can to get his friends to vote and vote for Trump, they're telling you the opposite. Trump not doing good with the seniors, not doing good with the suburban housewives. They don't want to tell you that many of the polls have him at 15 or 16%, a double in the African American community. They don't want you to hear that because they don't want other people in the African American community to say, wait, they're doing it, I'm doing it, everybody's doing it, okay? And Trump breaks it down so good when he talks about all the things he's done for the minority communities.
7 years, Sleepy Joe Biden viciously and repeatedly attacked black Americans. He decimated the black middle class and called young black men super predators, and they never forgot it. They never forgot it. To every black American, I'm asking you to go out and vote. You can send a message on Tuesday to the corrupt Democrat establishment. This is your one and only chance to show Sleepy Joe what you think of his decision to attack you, insult you, jail you, and betray you, and that's what he did.
Arguments, anyone? What will the economy do next year?
Next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country, and it's heading that way. Under my leadership, our economy is now growing at the fastest rate ever recorded, 33.1%. The fake news does not like talking about that number, you know. We beat a number from 1952 and more than doubled it, much more than doubled it. They don't love talking about numbers like that. They can't believe it. We created a record 11.4 million jobs in the last 5 months. And while foreign nations are in a free fall, we are creating an economic powerhouse unrivaled anywhere in the world. A recent Gallup poll just out found that 56% of Americans say they are better off today than 4 years ago with Sleepy Joe and Obama.
Highest numbers ever. And when it comes to COVID relief and this deep state mole, Anthony Fauci, Trump had a few choice words for him, or at least the crowd did.
I say it drives them crazy. It's rounding the turn. Because all they want to do, you turn on the news, COVID, 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 COVID. Would like to talk about COVID, and then next year, here's what happens. November 4th, you won't hear too much about it. You won't hear too much about it. Don't tell anybody, but let me wait till a little bit after the election. I appreciate the advice. I appreciate that. No, he's been wrong on a lot. He's a nice man, though. He's been wrong on a lot. Do not, under any circumstances, wear a mask.
He's been wrong a lot. Good guy, but been wrong a lot. Let me wait till after. And then, of course, on the other side, we know darn well that even if Joe Biden were to win by some stretch of the imagination, very shortly thereafter, Kamala Harris will be the president. Take a look at some of her views if you're still thinking about voting for this wacky duo.
There's a big difference between equality and equity. Equality suggests, oh, everyone should get the same amount. The problem with that, not everybody's starting out from the same place. So if we're all getting the same amount, but you started out back there and I started out over here, we could get the same amount, but you're still gonna be that far back behind me. It's about giving people the resources and the support they need so that everyone can be on equal footing and then compete on equal footing. Equitable treatment means we all end up at the same place.
Equitable means we all end up at the same place. Socialism, that's when we all end up in the same place because they want one class. That's it. And if you're just a little bit confused and you think you're voting for Joe Biden, think again because you're voting for Kamala Harris and socialism. And here's how they've taken to introducing her now at rallies.
So honored to introduce the next president of the United States, Senator Kamala Harris. I am so honored to introduce the next president of the United States, Senator Kamala Harris.
The next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. What? I thought Joe Biden was running for president. Why would they keep introducing Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States? Do they know something we don't know? They don't know anything because Trump is winning. But now that's how they get it going for Kamala. Now watch this eloquent and perfectly timed introduction by Barack Obama, the great orator, and Joe Biden.
Joe Biden! Joe Biden! Joe Biden!
Hey? Joe Biden! Joe! Joe! We go. Oh, Barack, hey, crazy, man. They can't even time up the guy's entry for Barack Obama, but they're introducing Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States of America. Stuff's getting crazily weird. I hope, everyone goes out and vote. I know what I'm going to vote for. I know what I'm hoping you'll vote for. But the main thing in any democracy is turnout. And regardless of how this turns out, I think we've turned over a new leaf in American elections by starting with this early voting. Not the universal mail-in, but early voting gives people a window to participate rather than just one finite day. And I know personally a lot more people who are participating, who have voted already, who would have maybe or maybe not voted. And that's panning out here in New York. We'll see how it's panning out in the rest of the country. We'll take a quick break. We'll see how the young people are feeling about this election when we go to Colorado College senior Nate Hochman right after this.